Hi, good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back to the channel. I am Birdman Johnson. We are playing Dwarf Fortress. We're here in Brightbell, continuing to build the Ziggurat. We have made some progress since you last saw me. This is filling up nicely. However, as you may have noticed in the upper left corner of the screen, we are under siege again. Remains to be seen how bad a siege this is. However, this is actually a good thing because it gives us a chance to test our defenses. So, I don't believe that we have any dwarves inside the fort right now. By the way, ever since we put in these statue gardens and designated them as temples, this is all the dwarves have been doing. They just cluster around in the walkway praying. Praying revenge. Something called the Dance of Pregnancy. Where was the other one? No, this doesn't matter right now. We're under siege. Okay. We did designate a new burrow, so we are going to call everyone into that burrow. And we are going to test our new lever system. And actually, I am going to go ahead and call all the militia in right now. Just have them stack up and get ready. There are the enemies. We don't know how many there are yet or what they brought, but it's already more than last time. We do have all of our cage traps set up, I believe. Okay, levers pulled. The gate is up. Wonderful. And with this modular system, right, well, not modular, independent, separated, whatever, we got 4 levers, which means that we can sort of guide them around the fort. They have trolls, so they're probably going to break our stuff down here. That's actually fine, since we're trying to move all that inside anyway. Now, fortunately, since I have moved food production back inside, we will be able to continue building the Ziggurat even though they are here. Okay, they're circling around to the north, which is perfectly acceptable. I wish they would do it faster. But there's a lot going on here right now. If this begins to become a problem, we'll just close all the gates. In fact, let's just close all the gates for now and see what they do, rather than waiting for them. Having trouble getting my throat cleared today. Try not to clear it too much into the mic. That's not the ASMR experience you're here for. Okay, 3, and where's the last one? 4, alright, great. So once those are closed, there's that, there's that, there's that, alright. Stand down, danger. As you were, dwarves. Kind of wish we had crossbow dwarves and a way to reach them. The enemy, that is. But, you know, this is fine. I strongly suspect a few of them are going to catch themselves in our cage traps. We got 36 of them around the outside of the fort here. And in fact, look at that. We got a couple of takers already. Who is this? Beak dogs? Yeah, a couple of beak dogs. Wonderful. So if we can get a few of them isolated, stand down, squads. If we can get a few of them isolated, I'll stack up the squads by whatever drawbridge is closest, and then we'll drop the bridge and have them run out, kill those guys, and then run back inside. That's the idea, okay? Don't hold me to that. Okay. The alert seems to have interrupted prayer time, so presumably... Okay, we do still need to be doing drinks. Okay, there are a lot of dwarves here. They're very thirsty. Anyway, hopefully that gets them back to work. Here we go. We're going to get a few more in our cage traps here. That's good. The trolls are going to circle south to bust up our stuff. So we got a few circling around to the north here. So if those trolls manage to separate themselves from the rest of the group... We're catching a bunch of them here. That's nice. Okay. Okay, we may be able to pick off these trolls without too much trouble. What I will do... Nope. All our stone's out here for right now. Because our mining operations... Oh no, our mining operations are in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go down, but they may defeat themselves at this rate. They're sure trying to. Oh, are you all just going to neatly sidestep the rest of our traps now? Come on, get in there. Get in there. Just take the step forward, please. Any one of you. Okay, we got the dog. They know something's up. They're not crossing the threshold. There we go. All right. That's what I wanted. Okay. This group is moving back north. No, these goblins are making their way down. They can tell there's a way in. They just can't figure out how to make it happen. Now, we do need to keep an eye out for anyone trying to climb over the wall, because this is open on this side. Fortunately, in this version of the game, they can't tunnel through constructed walls, which apparently is a thing in the Steam version. So I'm not a huge fan of that. All right. Let's get them ready. Yeah, they're going to break our stuff here. That will give us some time to prepare. Nice, okay. Yeah, if they keep circling... Yeah, look at that. Almost this entire group has caught themselves in our cage traps. This is fantastic. Of course, prisoner disposal is always tedious. Are they going to break our stuff or not? Good job stacking up on the wrong side of that wall, gang. Very good effort. Alright, let's drop the bridge. Go ahead and do that. Things are speeding up a little suddenly, for some reason. Is it because we have fewer enemies moving around the map now? Oh boy. Okay, well, we may be able to just roll out and beat them to death then. Is anybody... Hello? Does somebody want to do that? There we go. Ah, yes, of course. One of our glass makers has to come all the way up from the forge to pull that lever. It couldn't have been any one of the dwarves that's already on that level. That would be too easy. Too efficient. Oh yeah, we're digging out that whole thing, by the way, because we need rock. We still need rock to make mechanisms. I don't know, we'll do something with that space. Okay, lever. Drawbridge. Alright. We're missing some trolls? No, there they are. I'm just... Yeah. Or we don't want to get the one that's in the cage already, because that'll confuse them. Alright, go get him. Roll on out. Yep, yep. Oh, the beak dog is scared. The beak dog is scared. Pause. Small group of goblins. And another beak dog circling around there. Small group of goblins there. Large group of goblins and trolls over there. And a couple of loose beak dogs here. I don't see anything around this side of the fort. Okay. Trolls are actually less dangerous in my experience because they don't tend to be well equipped. Where is a troll? We may have already killed the troll I was going to look at. Yes, okay. Let's look at a different troll. Yeah, see, they're just wearing clothing. And they're unarmed. So even though our dwarves are not phenomenal fighters, at this point. Look at the swordsman down here. He's single-handedly taken on 3 trolls. And he is killing various in a martial trance, and he is uninjured so far, whereas the trolls are... well, that one's fine. This one's wounded. This one's very badly wounded. His pancreas has been ruptured. What a terrible fate. Oh, wait a second. Is there a troll standing on top of this guy? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Or, no, he's standing on top of an unconscious troll. Awesome. Continue. However, I do see armed goblins, armed and armored, working their way toward us. So if we could wrap this up and get back inside, that would be wonderful. Are we done over here yet? Okay. Danger. Everybody back inside. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. They are walking in the wrong direction. Oh, yeah. Alright. Very well. Looks like we're in the soup now, gang. It's okay, just gang beat that dog to death. Thank you. Why don't you stack up kind of over here? How's about everybody gets back out there? What are you doing? Oh boy, okay. Well, this could turn ugly in a hurry. I really don't understand what happens when I order these things and they walk in the wrong direction. I don't understand. Well, whatever's going to happen is about to happen. But the rest of the force is, of course, pathing toward us. Although, here's a question. Can we distract them by opening other avenues? This recruit is probably not going to last much longer. We may suffer some casualties here, which is less of a problem here than it normally would be. Okay. The battle is joined. I will reissue the order and have them clear out the goblins over here. Oh, I think we're actually doing pretty well. We seem to be. We seem to be doing just fine, actually. Yep, okay. We have some wounded, but we haven't suffered any casualties yet. Let's push our luck. How about up here? That's open. Are they going for it? I can't tell. Oh, the siege is broken, in fact. Never mind. Play the victory music real quick. Just let it run for like a minute. And then go back to the desert music. I don't know if you've been reading the music credits under the videos for this, viewers, but quite a few of these tracks are just titled like Sahara something. I think I literally just searched for desert music. Okay, I think we're clear. We got one goblin swordsman left on the map, who is over here. That's probably going to get away. There we go. Okay. Stand down, danger. Open the other 2 gates. Wonderful, wonderful. Collect the wounded. Or just step over him and keep walking. Hey, you do you. Alright, so now we begin this very tedious process. I'm going to lay out the captives. How about right here? This is good. And I'm not in a huge hurry right now, so we are going to give the dwarves lots of time to strip and disarm the captives. But then we are just going to chain them up and use them for target practice, honestly. At this exact moment, I am not that interested in getting too creative with our prisoner disposal. The largest percentage of our captives are Beak dogs? Yeah, okay, cool. I don't like that. It's better. Okay, now as you were, dwarves, what we are going to do now is refill our glass block stockpile, the block pile. Yes, get everybody into the hospital, which we do have. We have healers. We have a place to put them. We even have, I believe, materials. Look at that. We have everything except powder for casts. Green glass bucket? Can we make a bucket out of glass at all? I don't see anything in here that would be a bucket. So why don't you just make a wooden bucket for me? Make like 5. And we'll assign 3 of them to that. And we'll go ahead and increase this a little bit. We have powder for casts? That's amazing. Alright, cool. That should do us. Oh, right, I did trade for gypsum plaster. Wow. I don't usually do casts in my fort. Casts in the sense of wrapping up injuries. I do social casts all the time. Okay, well, we need to put a door on here again. Did they destroy that door? They destroyed that door. Go ahead and put up one of these green glass portals, that's fine. They broke a bunch of workshops. So actually, you know what we're going to do is just move it all inside. Yeah, a mudstone block, that's fine. Wagon wood. Where are... Oh my goodness, okay. Yes, use stone blocks. Obsidian. We still have obsidian blocks on the map. Fantastic. I wish those had been made into swords instead of blocks, but I, of course, wasn't paying attention. How about a clothier's shop? What am I doing? Just go top to bottom here. We need a leatherworks. We need a loom. Possibly. We need a clothier's shop. I didn't already order that, right? Okay. We need a jeweler's shop. We need a mechanic's shop, definitely. We need a farmer's workshop. And I think that's good for the moment. If we need more stuff, we'll build it. Or I'll force the dwarves to keep making do without. What are these? Oh, this is all the leather armor. I figured they would wear that if they couldn't find metal, but I guess not. So I guess we'll just trade that away. Fine with me. No casualties. We suffered no casualties in that engagement. Not directly anyway. Some of these dwarves may not survive the healing process, but we suffered no casualties in the fighting. Ah, yes. We're going to need some more green glass terraria. Make like 50 of those. Just so we have them. That worked pretty well. I'm happy about that. I am. And I'm seeing ways that we can optimize that further going forward. Eventually we will have arrow slits and fortifications along the outside of this. We're just not there yet because we have to finish roofing all this. Because there's no point in punching holes in the walls if the ceiling isn't intact. That's my stance. Alright. We'll get these cages installed. And what else can we be doing in the meantime? I don't remember what else I wanted to do with all this. It's probably fine for now. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just put in some decorative items around as we go. Everybody should enjoy that. Oh, wait. We are missing doors over here. Pardon me, everyone. I also see now that I appear to have offset the doors here, so please break this down and uninstall this. Okay, I cannot build walls on top of my floors. I guess that tracks. And I already knew that. I don't know why I checked. Oh. Do I want these? Yeah, it won't really make a difference. Again, more layers of defense. Never hurts to have one more layer of defense. Because next thing you know, a goblin's climbing up the side of your building. Or, where are you taking that? Where are you taking that? Where are you taking that dead troll? What? Where? Okay. Hey, the mayor's been re-elected. Fabulous. That's wonderful. It's really good for the mayor. Just, the corpse pile's out here. Gates are open. So what are you doing with that? I'm really curious. Did I leave a corpse stockpile somewhere that I do not know about? Wish you would walk faster so I could find out sooner. Hey, look at that. The hospital's mostly clear already. There are children playing in the hospital right now, in and around it. That's less than ideal. They are standing on either side of the wounded dwarf. And now there's a doctor on top of him. Wonderful. One of our legendary glassmaker, oh, pardon me, legendary miner and glassmaker. Well, aren't you impressive? Okay, we got 2 trolls going this way now. And where's this one going? Oh, this is a corpse stockpile because I didn't tell them not to put dead enemies in there. Okay, that's where they're going. Oh well, it's probably fine. Even though this one's more empty and is in a better position. But you know what? It's not my job to tell the dwarves how to prioritize, you know? I was about to say I trust my laborers, but that's not true. I don't trust these dwarves at all. Okay, we're about to install the last cage here. We've improved an iron warhammer with what? Bone? With bone. That's fine, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right, great. All those are in. What am I looking at here? Oh, that's just a wooden cage, isn't it? Yeah. It just looks weird with all the green glass terraria. Okay. Now then, we undump the cages. Didn't get them all. So one reason we need to do this is that the goblins being armed and or armored seems to make it harder for the dwarves to transport them, which I guess checks out, right? If a guy's got a battle axe when you let him out of the cage, he's gonna swing it around. That tracks. Let's, real quick, go into Enhanced View here and dump all of our tattered clothing, of which we have much. We will force merchants to take that. It'll enhance value, and they will regard it as receiving valuable trade goods, for some reason. I'm not so sure about that, but the merchants seem to be happy with it every time we do it. And who am I to question the wisdom of the elves? Masterpiece Swanbone Earring. Okay, well, I'm not that interested in that. So when the dwarves feel like it, they will get around to that. I suspect they're going to focus on dumping the tattered clothing first. They seem to really deprioritize... Yeah, see, there they go. They seem to really deprioritize stripping captives. Of course, I guess some of that tattered clothing could be on the captives. But I don't know about that. Another thing that we're going to want to do right now... like that. Oh. There we go. Is... go through here. We have this chitin from that forgotten beast that we killed. Probably want to display that somewhere. Yeah, see, all this is useless to us. Bax's head. We don't need that. I'm not going to display that. It's not worth it. These are just random guys that we killed as far as I'm concerned. Oh, we actually can't get to that Reacher or that Cape Crocodile, so don't worry about that. In fact, I'm going to forbid those so that they don't try. There we go. Remains. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fire snake remains. Can we get to those? Okay, yeah, those are outside for some reason. So what's a fire snake then? I mean, obviously it's a snake that's on fire, right? Alright, cool. As you were. Alright, so like this stuff fell off the trolls. Yeah, a lot of this is no good. Alright, so yes, a fair amount of this tattered clothing appears to have come from the invaders, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to take that to the stockpile. You can just turn... Oh, you're butchering it! Oh! Did I know that we could butcher invading beak dogs? That's really good information, actually. I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried this before. We have various things captured. We have an ibex that wandered into one of our cage traps and a raven. We're going to try to train them just for experience for our animal keepers. We got a worm here and a pond turtle. I forgot the pond turtles were small animals when I bought that from the merchants. It's fine. Oh, we have raw green glass again, so when the jeweler's shop is finished, which it almost is. Pretty good timing. There we go. We will have you cut that. Good. And go ahead and cut this clear glass too. Silty clay. Yeah, go ahead and cut that too. That's fine. Alright. We'll leave the others for now because the mood dwarves sometimes want raw gems. So that's fine. Are they actually getting on stripping these captives? They are, I think. Wow. It's unusually efficient. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're taming it. They're going to tame the enemy beak dogs before butchering them. I love it. I didn't know you could do that with captured enemy dogs, I don't think. That's good information, though. We can eat their pets. That's a good bit of disrespect. The things I do in games that I would never ever dream of doing in Meat Space, like, you know, tormenting captives. Truly the duality of man. Alright, actually, if you wanna just not. If you wanna not. In fact, if you wanna just not all of this, well, this stuff doesn't really matter. Economic, other stone, clay. Alright, go ahead and pile that just like over here. Alright. A 20 by 7 by 1 stockpile. I don't know why it bothers with the by 1. We can't, as far as I know, stockpile vertically. Cool, we found raw adamantine. Where? Oh, all the way over there. Alright, that's cool. carry on as you were. There, that's a nice bit of rock. What is that? Quartzite. Very common mineral. Doesn't do us any good. Does us no good whatsoever. We're going to need to wall some things here. We do have a couple of gaps, it looks like. But we'll let them finish before we bother with that. As long as the cave dragon stays where it is. It's perched in this spore tree down here in the cavern. Hasn't really moved much since the game started. Which is totally cool. Are we actually done stripping the captives? I can't tell. We're going to give them a long time to finish doing that, because too many times I have thought we were done stripping captives, and then it turned out one of the goblins had a shiv in his pocket, you know. I'd like to avoid that. Okay, we're doing okay on the drink front, but we could be doing okayer. Go ahead and render some fat while you're at it. Yeah. Yeah, just keep doing that until you run out of things to render. Low heat so that you draw it out without cooking it. There we go. Now they're going to prioritize hauling those rocks, which is going to take forever. But at least it'll be inside. And I'm not too concerned about the furniture stockpile right now. Thought I saw something moving around. Can we harvest any of these? Yeah, neat. What are these? Plump helmets, sweet pods, plump helmets, sweet pods, and temple cups. Nice. Okay, cool. Hey, we got a place we can harvest cavern plants from. Get enough of them seeds together and we can actually, like, what do we have? We can vary our crops a little bit. Rock nuts, which we can use to make soap. So, like, this is a 1-up. I thought... Weird, we don't seem to be able to plant rock nuts. Alright. Very well. Maybe we just squeeze them out of the nuts directly? The oil, that is. Oh, there they go. Beak. Did I miss some announcements? Oh no, obviously they're not. Well, now hold it. They should be here. They should be here. They were in here before. Weird. Well, whatever. I'm going to leave them alone. The beak dogs are not the problem. We will use this chain. We have an artifact chain here. We're going to use that. Our artifact emerald chain. Emerald? Green glass. It's just green glass. Don't go overselling it, Birdman. Not everything that's green is a corundum. That's right, isn't it? Somebody correct me in the comments if I got that wrong. There they go. This looks really nice right now because, like, people are going places and doing things. We got a few that are hanging out. This one's praying to Adil the Sizzling. Eventually, I will look into all of our gods because we're going to be building temples upstairs somewhere. But first, we have to finish with this. And then this. And then this. Actually, we're going to do this first, because this is going to be agriculture. Or should we do this last, because this is where I'm keeping all my stockpiles? Maybe we'll do this last, because this is where I'm keeping all my stockpiles. The only reason I'm bothering to do this here is because it gives me a visual representation of how many we have. It's very easy to keep track of. I know that when this is filled, we've got enough to do another row here, plus a little extra. For whatever else I decide to work on. I think the captives might be stripped, but I'm not going to risk it. Go on, go get the rocks. No wheelbarrows in my fort. You will do everything by hand. No wheelbarrows, no bins. They're not allowed. Look at all the green. Oh, I guess. Let's see, at the time I'm recording this, St. Patrick's Day is still coming up. That's a coincidence. It has nothing to do with anything. But enjoy that, I guess. Enjoy that coincidence, viewers. It's all you're getting from me this year. Although last year there was that game where we coincidentally ended up murdering a bunch of leprechauns. I didn't know that was going to happen. I just coincidentally recorded a game about murdering leprechauns, and it happened by coincidence to upload it on St. Patrick's Day. So that's fine. Well, that's not what it was about. There were leprechauns there, and they needed to be killed. That wasn't the point of it. Anyway, we're talking about Dwarf Fortress right now. What am I talking about? Okay. I don't think we're going to get much more done today. We made, I feel like we got a lot done here, though. Even though we really, realistically didn't. We fought off a siege. We moved some stuff inside. We did some captives, things with the captives. It's good. Alright. Anyway, I gotta stop this. Hey, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks to those of you who are subscribed to the channel. Thanks to those of you who are not yet subscribed to the channel. And thanks, as always, to those of you watching this without ever intending to subscribe to the channel. You count too. Every view counts. You are the dwarves carrying the rocks to the stockpile that keep this channel afloat. It's only partially true. It's actually like 3 to 6 people who watch all my videos. Anyway. We'll be back here next week with some more Dwarf Fortress. I'm going to try to fill this in more off camera, as it were, between sessions. We have Dwarf Fortress every Monday, horror content every Saturday, lots of other stuff on the channel. Go check that out, if you want. Feel free to tell me if there's anything you want to see on this channel, anything you want me to see on your channel. Drop it down in the comments, or, I don't know, carve it into your forehead and sprint at me while I'm at work. And before I annihilate you completely, I will read your note. What else do I normally say here? I don't know. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you folks next week. Birdman out.